Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Wednesday, December the 7th, 2022. Wednesday, December the 7th. I am going to jump to the good stuff right off the bat. The good stuff is Spencer got out today. Spencer got out today. Yes, of course, Victor was there. That was the news. He pulled some strings and got Spencer released a little early, a few weeks, with some provisions. For one, he had to be supervised until the end of his sentence. So, of course, that's Victor's reason, logic, and excuse to bring Spencer to Spoon Island so that Spencer, Nicholas, and Victor could all be one big happy family. That's Victor's goal. So Cyrus was sad to see him go. You know, Cyrus told him, look, if you're so inclined, you could come visit me. I kind of feel sorry for Silas. Cyrus, he was telling Laura, you could come visit me. Can you tell Martin to come visit me? He wants it. Look, bring your dog to come visit me. I don't care. Just somebody visit. And he told Spencer, but I understand if you don't want to see these walls again, you could write me. I'm hoping that Spencer does right. I'm hoping that. Because let's face it, if Spencer was in communication when he was, younger with Ryan, then he could be in communication with Cyrus, come on now. So anyway, Victor was just, plum pleased and happy about himself and pretty much was letting him know, my nephew and Cyrus is like, no, our nephew. And he said, and you would do well not to tell lies to my nephew about things you know nothing about. He goes, oh, I have not lied here. The only liar is you. And Victor's like, you have no proof, meaning no proof that he tried to have Martin and Laura killed. And Cyrus is looking at him. He goes, oh, I know a lot. I have ears in a lot of places. And so he spouts some kind of Bible passage or whatever. And Victor's like, mumbo jumbo. He's like, look, you better stay away from my nephew. Or he's something almost like to the effect of, are you gonna wish you had? And Cyrus looks at Victor like, oh, is that a threat, old man? Is that a threat to me? Oh, okay. So I guess it's gonna be on, right? Let's see how helpless I am behind bars, Victor Cassadine. I just might have to somehow arrange for an early release myself, Victor Cassadine. I really want to see those two go head to head. I want to see it, and I want to see it bad, right? So Nicholas takes Spencer home, and he's not happy to see Nicholas. Believe it or not, Nicholas is not happy to see him, neither one of them, because Esme's in the house. So Nicholas is just looking, and Victor said, yep, it's provisional. He doesn't get in an ounce of trouble to the end of his sentence, and he must be supervised. And Victor's all happy, smug, proud of himself. And Spencer kind of has his head down a bit. I mean, look, Spencer's like, I'll do it. So I don't have to spend another night behind bars. I'll make nice to my father. I will just bide my time until I could tell him to kick rocks once the sentence is over, right? So Nicholas is just looking all crazy because guess what? Finn, nosy Finn showed up. So his theory is Esme is on Spoon Island. And he goes, this is a big island. She could be hidden here somewhere. When, truth be told, people have been hidden on Spoon Island. Those people that know the tunnels, oh, there's a little torture room in the tunnels. There's like almost a little apartment in the tunnels, okay? If Esme wasn't captured by Elizabeth, she could easily live in the tunnels if she knew all the ins and outs of the tunnels, which she may not know, okay? She may not know. So anyway, you know the prenatal vitamins, let's pretend that's these that are perfectly positioned on the credenza, perfectly. You know, Finn steps on into the foyer there, talking to Nicholas about, I think the whole grounds need to be searched. Let's go do it now. Nick's like, no, 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 whoa, no, you don't, right? I don't even know you. Gives Finn enough time on the way out to read the bottle, right? Because Nicholas made sure it wasn't like this. It was like prenatal, right? Nicholas. Oh my God. Then we have Elizabeth holding this in her hand. See, we got to make sure people, my hand may be down here, but I got to make sure people can read that this is in my hand, prenatal. As a matter of fact, when Jeff came into, Elizabeth and Jeff went into Terry's office to talk. Elizabeth sets on Terry's desk, just like this. Just like that. You know what? So then she and Jeff have a nice long conversation. Jeff didn't notice. I was surprised because I guess Jeff notices nothing. So when I don't even want to discuss what you did to me all my life, but well, whatever, same conversation, but he's leaving town. So she's in there as he left, and Terry told Finn that she's up there in her office, and Jeff came down the elevator and walked past Finn. So Finn goes up there, and what's still on Terry's desk, brought to you by, turn this way. So we gotta make sure we can see it. Prenatal vitamins. And I said, okay, Finn is getting ready to see it. And I don't know, is Finn gonna wonder, Elizabeth, are you pregnant? Because it's been a long time since him and Elizabeth. Have they ever had sex? I don't know. But how does Elizabeth explain walking around with prenatal? See, Elizabeth has this big black purse. Why weren't those vitamins in her purse is beyond me. As a matter of fact, Finn goes, Elizabeth, no, when Finn, she has them in her hand before Finn comes in, but you can read it. He goes, are you okay? She's like, no. And she puts, hugging him with the prenatal vitamins right there so you could read them. He's going to ask her about them tomorrow. 100%, absolutely positively, it's going to happen. Okay. So then we have Felicia, and she's talking to Laura and Robert, and they're trying to figure out what's going on with these diamonds. So Felicia has a little diamond thing that you can read stuff that's in diamonds and see flaws and everything. And she sees there's like serial numbers in there. So she asked Robert to use his computer to go to the website to see if, stolen diamond serial numbers are listed. And she goes, this is not a serial number. This is something else. So they put their heads together and they kind of came up with, you know what? This could be some kind of code for something. Perhaps Victor needs this because of the codes that's left in some of those diamonds there. So they're probably onto something, even though Victor, come on, he's never shared his, we don't know what Victor's plan is. However, they are onto something, right? So Valentine shows up where Anna's at, right? And they're kissing and they're talking, sitting on the couch. I'm surprised they didn't hit the sheets on the couch, but they didn't. They were just kind of huddled up because it's cold in the house. and he was getting her caught up to speed, found out Lucy is alive. So now they decided they were going to look for Lucy together. And Felicia walks out the room from Robert and Laura, and one of the officers had brought Robert a report, and he thanked her again for the dinner. And so she walked out with the officer, and she goes, "Can you tell me what Mac is? I want to see Mac." And he goes, "Oh, he's in all hands on deck meeting." And she's like, "Oh, really? Well, what's that about?" "Oh, look, between me and you, because I'm definitely going to tell you some all hands on deck private chief of detectives information, right? We got a lead on Anna Devane. Interpol has a lead." "Oh." As soon as he leaves, she calls Valentine. "Let me tell you something. You better get on out of there, because Interpol is on its way." And he's like, "Okay, thank you." So he tells Anna, "We gotta go. The Interpol is on their way." That was Felicia. So they've got their bags packed and they open the door. And Valentine says, "You? Who's you? We're gonna find out tomorrow. Now, you could be Holly. So if you open the door and you see Holly, you're gonna say, 'Holly, what are you doing here?' If you open a door and you see Daily Recap Lady, you're gonna say, 'Daily Recap Lady, what on earth are you doing here?' You're not gonna say you." Because who's you, right? So anyway, we're going to get to find out who you is tomorrow. We get to find out who you is tomorrow, but I honestly believe you is going to be a friend. You is going to help them. Part of me thinks it could be Holly, but she's done, so it's not going to be her. She's wrapped up her taping. It's going to be somebody that's going to help them. That's going to help them. So now we have, onto the sad story. Sad enough. Britt is she invited Terry to her big birthday bash. And she told Terry she's never had a party. She's doing it upright New Year's Eve, and she wanted Terry and Yuri to come. And Terry's like, "Well, yeah, I definitely want to come." And then Britt said, it's been great. It's been fun having you as, co-CEO, and I wouldn't want to have this party without you. And Terry's kind of like, "Look, are you leaving? Because, almost sound like we're saying goodbye here, right?" And she's like, "No, just, wouldn't want to do this without you." And Terry said, "Yeah, who would have thought that we would have gotten along and this worked so well?" And so Britt said, "I guess Monica knew what she was doing." And so Britt tells her, "But you would do well on your own as well." She's like, "What?" And so Britt says, "Nothing lasts forever," and walks away. And Terry's looking like, I don't know if I'm liking what she's saying. What's that supposed to mean? And different people are getting different vibes. Like Austin got to say, wait, are you gonna try to do something to yourself? What is happening here? And Britt changes the subject. "I'm telling you, they had better not make Britt kill herself. I'm going to be so pissed off if that happens. So pissed off if they have her do that. I would rather somehow somebody's getting ready to be hooked and Britt jumps in front and gets hooked. Okay. She could at least go out with a bang, go out saving somebody versus going out killing. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to ask you, Daily Recap fans, on any soap, have you known them to have like a main character kill themselves? If you know of one, because I can't think of one. Not that it was, and I mean, not pretending to die, fake stage of killing themselves, but really, they told a tragic story of somebody killed them. I don't think that's happened, and I don't want to see it, General Hospital. So don't do that. not to Britt. So anyway, don't want to see that. Let's go to comment corner because I'm telling you, I'm going down a rabbit hole with the thought of that. Comment corner. Robin says Esme needs to stop crying wolf. She might need help for real and not get it and lose her baby. I know, crying wolf too much. Tom says, if I remember, Holly had a cure for some virus. Maybe she gave him that virus. Now that would be good. Yeah, let him get a virus. Lisa says, your program ended while you were talking about Sunny sending Dex unaware to an unaware level of danger. I don't know, maybe that was your video playing, because I don't think my video ran short. If anybody else saw a short video, unfortunately, I mean, I can't correct that because it shouldn't have ran short. I think that was a malfunction, Lisa. And Lisa says, I'm glad Spencer's getting out. Well, Spencer got out today. I want Spencer and Trina to get together. Nicholas calling Elizabeth while Esme act like she overdosed. Elizabeth pretending that she was going to pump her stomach. Ha ha ha. Esme wants to keep her baby and they know it. Who will believe Esme over Nicholas? Nobody. Although Nicholas is so stupid. Why is Finn going to Nicholas instead of talking to Elizabeth? I know. I don't know. And the way he stupidly explained it, because Elizabeth was coming to see you. And if Esme's here, Elizabeth, I don't want her in danger. Okay, Finn. Save the people coming into the hospital that's really in danger. Snoop, the detective. And then Esme is full of poop. Let's go for a real tree for Esme. Yeah, right. Why would Nicholas want a Merry Christmas for Esme? Why is he thinking of putting on Christmas at all for her? I know, for everything you did, it's like, girl, you sitting this one out. Sitting it out. Okay? You may not be here next for the next one. Deborah said, don't know this young cop. No one knows about, you said Corey, but it's Rory, who he is. And they're trusting a uniform because he hasn't talked about his family. He sure hasn't, not at all. Okay. Ava is wrong for assuming Rory is a straight up kind of guy. Can't wait for Spencer to return. I think Esme is related to Elizabeth. She might be a Weber. Ryan has rage for Heather. Can't wait for him to talk to her. His hate for her will erupt, and he might attack Heather. She knows too much. I don't know what she knows, but she knows something. I think the hook killer is Heather watching over her daughter or granddaughter. What do you think? I don't know. They have let this hook killer story grow so cold. None of us are going to even care anymore. What were they thinking? I don't get it, okay? Anna Rihanna says, I love Ava and her gangster behind, okay? I love Cyrus. He knows evil. They were doves. Oh, because I said, what was that in that box? They were doves. As simple as it looks, nothing is simple with Cyrus. I know something is up with that. It's time for Spencer to go home and get his girl. Esme kills me because she's relentless. Elizabeth has faked a few things in her life. She knows tricks. Yes, she definitely does. Nicholas isn't a match for Esme. He has no spine and no poker space and brain. And Finn better get Elizabeth locked down because you are headed for the same island as Cameron is on. Elizabeth tends to fall for whatever man she spends more than 10 minutes with. Sometimes that is right, Anna Rihanna. Exactly. It's bad when that crazy Heather has to tell someone presumed to be sane how they are. Talking about when she told Rick Weber off. Ryan and Heather are gas on fire. Great recap today. Thank you, Daily Recap Lady. And then Ron says, Robert is smart enough to know how a thief works, that diamonds could be planted there in case someone thinks they can steal 35 million is too much of a gamble to lose. Yeah, I don't know, Robert. I don't know why those diamonds are there. So Robert ain't saying, hey, pretend to come steal them. No, I don't know why they're there. I think Victor is Curtis' father. Kimberly. Kimberly. No. No. Curtis is not Victor's son. That is just not it. No. Okay. And then Michael says, I don't believe Esme killed her adopted parents. I believe Ryan killed them. I'm glad Heather told off Jeff. Heather's definitely has a history with Ryan. The writers are going to go down the road of misdiagnosis for Marshall. I think so too. However, there might be another reason Marshall doesn't want genetic testing. I was wondering about that because did you also know the strange look Stella gave? It's like she knew something, she knows something, and she was trying to get Portia to just respect Marshall's wishes. Just let the man do what he want to do. And I'm thinking, okay, something's up with that. Something's up with Curtis. Is Marshall his father? Is allegedly Stella gonna be his mother, and Curtis's mother raised Marshall's two sons together, and Aunt Stella ended up coming back raising them? I don't know. They're gonna rewrite history. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing they're gonna rewrite history because true history was once the boy's father left. Stella, remember they had him on a few years when his wife, they were telling the dementia story with Mike and the guy's wife. That was the ex-love of Stella's life that she gave up so that she could go help her sister raise her boys. So I don't know, but they're getting ready to rewrite histories. Like soap operas don't do that, right? The soap operas rewrite history and family trees all the time. And then let's see. Which leads me back to paternity or maternity shakeup for Curtis, Marshall, and Stella. They just might do that. Sandy says, Spencer better listen to Cyrus. Jordan can't wait to get to that wedding because if Portia doesn't tell Curtis about Trina, I could see Jordan standing up and stopping the wedding and blasting out the truth. Something bad is going to happen with Heather and Ryan. Well, remember, the camera showed the box Jordan checked. Jordan big old check by respectfully decline. She respectfully declined the RSVP. And Jane says Elizabeth is Esme's mother. She was raped when she was young. They never found who did it. Nope, they never. Yes, they did. Franco, the guy that did it, came back a few years ago when Franco and Elizabeth were getting together. Franco was going to kill him. Remember that? Franco was going to kill the person. And I think it was Elizabeth that stopped him. Yeah, no. Elizabeth did not get pregnant from the rape. I mean, that was a whole huge storyline with General Hospital coping with rape and, her friends. I mean, that was a whole big emotional story they told, and she did not get pregnant at all. But she was years traumatized, and it took a heavy toll on her, as it would, as it definitely would. Monique says, when someone like Heather reads you, it's not a good sign. I know Heather, I don't know, they're getting ready to really crank up the volume on Heather and Ryan, and I'm actually looking forward to it, everybody. I really am. Well, that is it. That's it for Comic Corner. That's it for the daily recap of General Hospital. I will be back tomorrow for another daily recap.